Hello. So there's this game from 2012 called Pid, made by Might and Delight. It is a very fun platforming game, but aside from the main story, it has a challenge mode with 72 levels designed specifically around speedrunning. And so I decided to get the world record on literally every single one of them. So this is a compilation of all my clips. I thought it would be fun to do some commentary, so here I am. Let's get started. The full run of these will be available in the description below, uncommentated. But yeah, so that was level 1. As you can see, the main mechanic of the game is the beam, which pushes the main character around. And you can have 2 active at once, and you can cancel it as well. For level 2, that strat at the start was found by my friend Macerock9. Shoutouts to him. And the reason I paused is because this strat at the end, I found I did not want to do at all, because it was so hard, but I finally decided might as well just keep optimizing it for fun, and so I ended up completing it. And we have that, where those like half slab things, Minecraft term, that the spikes are on, they don't have a hitbox. So you can stand at them, and you can throw a beam from them as well. So that was really cool to get. A lot of these won't have commentary, because they're just pretty standard levels. But yeah. Routing the ones like these with the breakable blocks was very interesting. Getting the perfect angle of the flow. This level was fun because instead of trying to find a rhythm for this part, we decided the best outcome was to just spam it. Spam jump and throw the beam. So yeah, that's using this next level too. A lot of these routes I came up with myself, but my friend Angel and previously mentioned Macerock helped a lot with all of them. The timer doesn't start until you leave the box, so you can just complete this entire level, clear out the obstacles beforehand. It's just a matter of getting the right timings for the bombs. This one's really fun because it's just some really tight platforming, some tight movement, that's it. That's all there is to it. Another one where you can do a lot of the level from the start. Angel found us out, I'm pretty sure. Alright, this one's gonna take a lot of explanation, so let's go back. So this introduces the booster power-up, which launches you really fast, but Angel discovered that if you jump after using it, you get launched much, much faster. And so, since this level is literally just 2 of those, starting with an upwards one, it is much better to do the jump boost and much faster. I believe I got a 112 at first, which I think the record was a 113. I'm not sure, I'll have to check that. But then Angel beat me, so then I tied Angel and beat him, and then he beat me by a full other 10 milliseconds. The game only tracks to a 100th of a second, 10 milliseconds on the timer, but it actually tracks to the millisecond, and so with Angel and I both tied with a 110, I'm still a bit faster by just a couple milliseconds. So yeah, that was a fun level. Again, using the mechanic of the jump boost. This one was a pain to find a route for that worked properly, but with the help of Angel and my other friend, Arlene, we successfully did it. And then the swing shot, which is fun because you can complete almost the entire level beforehand. On a lot of these ones, by breaking the moving platforms out early. or just using it while you're doing other things. Slingshot levels are some of my favorite ones in the game. These aren't all completely optimized, so people can definitely beat them, but yeah. Ooh, this is one that we thought would be impossible, just because the entire level is a fall, but we discovered there are some optimizations, like jumping off that corner, and then actually right here as well, instead of just holding right the entire time, cutting it by going left into the chute, and then holding right. So I saved a couple frames on there. I believe the old record was 545, so. I just really love the movement in this level. And then at the end the crowd just barely covers the beam, the laser. Oh boy, this one was really difficult. Just the movement throughout it is rather precise, but then you have to go too fast. And so for this spotlight, that if it sees you, you'll have to restart the level, you have to duck to get underneath of it. So it's just ducking for just the shortest possible time to get the record. And then we have level 19. So this one I thought was impossible for the longest time, or at least would require many hours of grinding, because after this part where I pause, it's just a straight downwards drop, and I've tried cutting that spike as close as possible, and I just wasn't able to get it. But then I discovered that if you cancel the beam making the wall form while you're inside of it, right there, you actually get pushed downwards a little bit, and so that just saves the smallest amount of time. You can even see I'm barely getting past those spikes before they disappear. So yeah, I'll play it at full speed, and so that saves a tiny bit of time, allowing me to get the record of a 5.90, which other people had obtained. I just got it a few milliseconds faster. Angel found that jump right there, pretty cool. You can actually get a slight boost off that slope at the end, but it doesn't always happen, and I didn't really care to get it. This is a fun one. Just some really clean turnarounds on that. I think it can definitely still be beaten, but I'm not concerned. This is another fun one because of this strat right here. Angel and I had fun coming up with that one. Have to go left there to avoid the spikes. Just some fun jumping out of the beams on this one. Just barely getting over the spikes at the end. Bonking is actually fine there because you have to wait for some blocks later on. That one, yeah. And then just a queen jump at the end to avoid the slope. This one was funny and rather difficult to come up with a route for. It's just chaotic. That was pretty fast. This one was really confusing. Had no idea what to do for a while. But I ended up coming up with something quite interesting. It's worth noting that none of these had videos for the routes, regardless of if the previous record did them. So all of these routes I and my friends came up with. This one's cool. Whereas after the start, you just fall through, you don't touch anything. You just fall for the entire way. Angel came up with this one too, where if you turn around after walking along the block, you get a perfect bomb throw. Not like that one. This one was one of the hardest for me, just maintaining the rhythm of jumping and then throwing the bomb. I also spent many tries figuring out an ending for that. Again, using the jump boost to get a bit more height, and that at the end. That's the fastest I could find. So. This is a mix of jump boosts and not jump boosts, based on whether or not you move too fast to do another one. That's cool. Angel came up with that too. Slingshot levels. You just see me shoot like 20 times at the start. I generally use the audio cues for the block starting to move. I also think that ending could be done a bit faster. I could not come up with a better thing for that. This one's cool. It's mostly repetition, but the purple blocks progressively move faster. And so at the end you can't do this throwing strat, you have to actually stand on top of it. Oh, and then the point 100, it's a quirk with the timing system. I'm happy I got a few records that had that in it. Oh yeah, that smoke plumb's just barely enough to squeeze by. Oh, and another, the back-to-back 100. Forgot about that. That's the fastest cycle we could come up with for that. I don't think it was that close, so. This one isn't just a straight fall, because at the end you have to delay with a beam or else the spotlights will see you. And I believe this one does not actually matter how fast you go, to a certain degree, until the end bit. Yeah, to clear that. Which that was pretty good. That looked tight. I completely lost track of the level count, by the way. I just mentioned level 19 because that one was the hardest one and the last record. Not hardest in execution-wise, but just in figuring out what to do. The tech involved. Keys! key movement is really fun because dropping it can give you like a sort of weird boost sometimes. Dropping and picking it back up. Like, no, I don't get it in this level, but you'll see it, I think, in the next one. Nope, I lied, not this one. That throw at the start is really hard, really precise. Oh, we're also almost at the final set of levels, the final 24. They're grouped in categories based on difficulty. Oh, I'll shut up now, because you get to see the key throws. I didn't get it there, but right here. Yeah, you can see how it like pushes me ahead. And this was complete luck at the end. I'd been trying to get like something slower than that for a while, and then I got that. And that was just great to see. But yeah, so the 72 levels are grouped into sets of 24 based on difficulty. And for the final set, some of them, like, they're really hard. Some of them only like 6 people have beaten them. They're certainly very intimidating, which is the case for this level. But the strat I ended up coming up with is very cool. At the end, I jump off of that spike. Which, I'll leave that up to the imagination on whether it was intended. Again, I have to wait for the cycle on this. Unless there's some big brain of a strat. This level's fun. They're all fun. I just remember certain ones specifically. This was really fun to come up with a, like, route for. One that works a lot of the time. Consistent, that's the word. Oh yeah. This level is just really cool to watch. Probably the coolest level because of things like that. Where you throw it on the side that you shouldn't be able to hit. So yeah, this is just the coolest level in my opinion to watch. And again, the trick there. I like that one a lot. I think you can actually get more of that trick by hitting it on the other side to go a bit faster, but I don't know, it's hard. Somebody else can do it. Interestingly enough, on this level, that little right angle shoot that you can throw a bomb into never worked for me. It always ended up bouncing out. So maybe there's a way to get that, but I could not figure it out. It always would bounce away from the wall. Angel found this strat too, where you basically just go straight down. Just in the middle. Moving left or right. This is a really hard level, honestly. But that was pretty fast. Oh geez, this one. So that little, like, where I got glitched into the wall and lost vertical speed, completely random as far as I can tell, but it is required for this strat, or else you can't shoot that beam in time. And you have to fall down to the spikes, boost all the way up, fall back down. And then some weird miracle of inputs gets you into there at the end instead of sliding over. I have no idea what makes it happen versus not. Again, no idea, but it's really cool. But that was very satisfying once I did get it. Timing that at the end was rather hard, and I think I do a jump boost too, actually. I think this level took me the least amount of time to world record. I might have done it first or second try, I'm not sure. And I just got lucky with that hit at the end. Oh yeah, this one. This one I know for a fact can be better, because right there, it's actually possible for that to land on top of the thing, on top of the moving platform, and so I don't have to fire this other one. But it's hard, so I didn't feel like going for it. Besides, I did that cool walk-off, throw it back thing, so I can get away with a bit of sloppiness. Oh yeah, and completely forgot I missed that. So, I missed that too. So yeah, this one's probably like really beatable. However, since it's just so long and the same thing over and over kind of, I didn't really want to improve it. I did improve it a few times, but obviously as you can tell it can be improved. This one's cool. It's just some really tight jumps. And I make sure to cancel my beam at the last possible second. The movement in this, the route is super cool, where you just barely squeeze between them. And again here. I like this one a lot, I'm a big fan of it. I thought this one was next. So you're supposed to like go all the way through the maze. There's a part where you need to use the first crowd, and a part where you need to use, and then you get the second one for the ending. But you could just go back to the beginning and it's faster. Also, just the movement through this with the beam throwing in the right places to go fast, it's super fun. Really cool. Angel found this strat completely. I had no say over this level. Big shoutouts to Angel overall for both helping me find a lot of these, finding a lot of them himself, and not trying to optimize them super hard no matter how much I wanted him to have competition. He didn't want to take them from me, which is very kind of him. This one's super fun. Just canceling at the right time, just go back and forth. Barely making it at the end. A decent bit of time was spent trying to find the optimal time for that to shoot. And then this one. This is my favorite level. If I said any others were my favorite, I lied. This one's just super clean, super fun. I love it so much. And then, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The stairs! Look at that! It's insane! The things move a lot faster if you have two beams in them, so I try to throw two on everyone. I use that in other levels too, I just didn't say it. And it's just barely possible to squeeze underneath that at the end. The transition looks slow, but that is the fastest I could get. So you have to make sure the beam is far enough so that you can slide them or jump over to the other one. Oh, and this is the last level. Again, I wasn't counting, so this one's pretty fun. Although This section here is a bit tedious, but only because you have to cut it super closely. Like, you can see I'm basically inside of the spikes. But yeah, that closes us off. Thank you for watching. Again, the uncommentated ones will be in the description if you want. But overall, yeah, this was super fun. I'm very glad I did this, and I'm very happy I was able to get all the records. I plan on speedrunning the full game, so I guess look for videos on that in the future. But a huge shout outs to all my friends, especially Angel, for helping so much with the routes and supporting me through all of this. And an enormous thanks to Might and Delight for making such an incredible game that really flew under the radar in my opinion. Yeah, thanks for watching.